Welcome to part 2 of the Olympus 12-40mm. Okay, last time we talked about the 12-40mm lens. We also showed some footage, but we didn't talk about why I chose this lens. I chose this lens not only because of its build quality and the stunning images that I can get out of this camera. Now, the glass in this camera is fantastic. Like I said before, the Olympus is the company that created the Micro Four Third format. So when you're choosing a Micro Four Third lens, you know, Olympus is always the top of my list. Now you may have your list and you go whatever you feel, but I felt that this lens was, with the focal length that it comes with and the speed of the lens at f2.8 and 12-40mm, was in the focal length that I was looking for when I want to put a lens on this camera and go running and gunning. Now let's also talk about image stabilization. Image stabilization doesn't come with the Pocket Cinema camera unless your lens supports it. This lens does not support it, but it does support on other on Olympus cameras. Okay, so it has a function button for image stabilization and what other features that Olympus may offer, but it just doesn't come with that. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't use image stabilization anyway. As a professional, we don't use image stabilizations, not any that I know of. Now, there may be some out there, you know, and you can let me know in the comments who does, but generally in cinematography, we use tripods, pan heads, you know, fluid heads, and gimbals to stabilize your shot. And not every shot should be stabilized. Now, I left the shots in the previous video unstabilized on purpose. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted you, the viewer, the audience, to see what this camera was like in a run and gun situation. So I didn't want to put a heavy grade on it. I didn't want to stabilize the shots because I wanted you to see if this camera works for you. It's already in my toolbox, but it may end up in your toolbox. Now, also, I want to talk about the bokeh on this lens. This lens produces great round bokeh. It's fantastic. I love it, and you can do a lot with the bokeh, where other lenses have like a hexagonal like bokeh. I don't know, for lack of better terms, if I'm pronouncing that right. If not, let me know. I would like to get it right. But listen, for the value of this lens, it's a lot less now than when it was when I purchased the lens. It's a lot more expensive. So we're not gonna go, you know, a real long video, and I wanted to talk about the image stabilization and the shots. And another thing, when you're shooting with your footage, you know, people talk about the low light. Well, this lens is a f2.8. And I hear a lot of videographers and people on YouTube talking about low light. I try not to go past the native ISO. We're talking about image exposure. I think that's your creative decision. My decision is to stay below 1000 ISOs. Now, you know, the Pocket Cinema camera can shoot up to 25,000 ISO. Would I do that? Probably not. Would I do 1250? Probably so, because it can. But I think lights are a part of the creative process. Now, I know that's not part of this lens, this video subject, but I just wanted to bring that up based on some of the comments I've been getting in the inbox on the fan page. I think that if you're a creator or a professional cinematographer, or you're aspiring to be a professional cinematographer, or you're learning, or you're new to learning this field of work, you should try to do everything manual, okay? And that's the way professionals shoot. We shoot manual mode. I think auto exposure is a no-no because you want to make all the decisions in the camera yourself. That's what part of the beauty of this industry is capturing what's in your head, what you see, not just what the camera sees, but what you see. You help the camera. The camera is supposed to help you interpret what you see, not you letting the camera do all the work. So I would just kind of stay away from that. But that's my opinion. You have your own workflow and you do it the way you feel comfortable with. But if you really want to be professional, manual. Now, with that being said, having a lens like this, can capture stunning 4K images in a camera package, in this form factor. You really can't. If you include the lens and you include the camera together, paired with the Blackmagic cinema camera, you really can't find an affordable package like that, because the camera bodies alone would cost you more than you would spend with the camera and the lens. So that's my review of the Olympus 12-40mm. I hope you liked the video. If so, please like and subscribe. And remember, I'm extending the free giveaway for 1 week of the DaVinci Resolve Studio 15. That's a $300 value. If that's something that you can use, you have a shot at it. And like I said before, please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm your host, Aaron Stowers, and I'm out. Happy New Year. Peace.